Pella Printing, Whiten State Bank, Bruxford's Decorating Center, Gardner Collier Jewelry, Hawkeye Real Estate, Bank Iowa, Musco, Oskaloosa Area Chamber and Development Group, Robert All Investments, Oskaloosa Vision Center, Clow Valve Company, Community First Credit Union, William Penn University, Fred's Muffler Shop, TD&T Financial Group, and Dr. Tom Bowie. It's time for Oskaloosa softball on your home for the Indians. 99.5 FM and AM 740 KMZN, and all over the world at RadioKMZN.com.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. It is 24 minutes past the top of the 4 o'clock hour, and we're here for our third and final broadcast from the Lacey Recreation Complex in Oskaloosa, as the host, Oskaloosa Indians, will take on their final opponent of the day in the form of the Mount Vernon Mustangs, the 11th ranked team in Class 3A. Oskaloosa comes in ranked number 1 in Class 4A. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Emery Songer, and this is our third game, as I mentioned. The first two, Oskaloosa was able to get a couple of wins in comfortable fashion for the most part. They defeated Cardinal early this morning by a score of 13-0. That occurred in just 3 innings via the run rule. And then the next game that they played just past noon was against West Burlington Notre Dame, and Oskaloosa, on the left arm of Haley Hacker and some timely offense, got a 6-1 win to move their record to 8-2 on the season. And Mount Vernon, they're coming in 8-2 as well, but the thing with Mount Vernon is they came into this day at Lacey Recreation Complex 8-0. Their first 2 games against Pella Christian back at about 11 a.m. this morning. That was a loss, and then they just ended up losing a shootout, a high-scoring affair, a slugfest. Eddyville-Blacksburg Fremont, the number 2 team in Class 2A, was able to hold on and get a 10-9 win. So they're coming off of that. That just finished up right here on field number 1, and we're going to be bringing you the next game on field 1, which is Oski and Mount Vernon. If you are tuned in live on 99.5 FM and AM 740 KMZM, we appreciate you for joining us. You can also check out a live video stream on RadioKMZN.com and the KMZN mobile app. So feel free to join us on the live video stream. We're bringing it to you live, and we'll, of course, have this archived, all 3 games archived on our website, RadioKMZN.com, for the remainder of the season. A lot of action today, but the final wave of games is just getting ready to go as Mount Vernon plays Oskaloosa. Pella and Oskaloosa freshmen will play each other on field 2. On field number 3, Cardinal will play Pella Christian, who's had a good day so far. Eddyville-Blacksburg Fremont just got done holding off Mount Vernon. They're now on field 4, getting ready to take on Newton. And then on field 5, it is Pella's varsity against Albia's varsity. Albia was just in a very exciting game against Winterset. So a lot of teams playing 3 games here. A lot of teams getting a look at some of the best teams around the state. Albia is a ranked team in Class 3A. Pella Christian, they are a ranked team in Class 2A. Linville-Sully off to a solid start in Class 1A. So a lot of good teams here. Ottumwa ranked in Class 5A. They are here. So this has been a fantastic day of softball. Seen a lot of great teams, and we're excited to see the rest of the day, see what happens, especially for the Oski Indians as they take on Mount Vernon here in mere moments. We'll take our first break here of the pregame show. And when we come back, we'll get you some lineups. We're still waiting on Mount Vernon's lineups, so you might have to bear with us for a little bit there. But beyond that, we're going to get you set for the first pitch as Mount Vernon, number 11 in Class 3A, takes on the top-ranked Oskaloosa Indians out of Class 4A to wrap up the Oskaloosa Softball Classic right after this break on the No Coast Network.
The student community at William Penn made an impression on me. It's a real statement that you can come here and be part of something real.
You have the opportunity to participate in activities.
The coaches are awesome. It's easy to play for coaches that care about you.
The real experiences at Penn have helped shape who I'm going to be when I graduate. I work harder because I want to be part of the conversation in class.
I am a leader.
I am a trailblazer.
I'm proud to be a statesman.
Experience the Bruxford's difference. We aim to provide you with the best value and better service than can be found anywhere else. After 36 years, we're still as committed to our customers and our community as the day we first opened our doors. Please stop in and give us a chance to prove how important our customers are to us.
Our roots are here in the middle of America, where humble beginnings can grow into great opportunities, where hard work and high standards are the key ingredients to success, where honesty and integrity matter, We're proud of our roots, proud to be a part of a community that shares our values, and grateful to our customers for giving us the opportunity to grow.
At Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, getting your prescription filled is easy. The large covered drive-thru and easy access to the front door is convenient, and the friendly staff is always ready to help you. With a variety of goods and home decor, Mahaska Drug is sure to have the perfect gift for any occasion. Have your favorite photos developed and framed at Mahaska Drug's framing counter, and cherish your memories for years to come. It's all at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, where they have been committed to a healthy community for over 20 years. Call 673-3439 or stop in today.
Dreams start early, illustrated straight from the heart. Big or small, dreams take hard work to grow into reality. To bring your dreams to life, sometimes you need a little help. So surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams and count on Bank Iowa to help you reach them. Bank Iowa, for the dreamer in all of us.
Lacey Recreation Complex, the site of a very fun day of softball, as several schools and their fans, parents have all come to Oskaloosa and the Lacey Complex to watch some cool, interesting matchups you're not going to see all the time between some very good teams, such as the Mount Vernon Eddyville Blacksburg Fremont game we just watched. Mount Vernon is currently cooling off in the dugout. They'll get some warm-ups in here as they'll continue, but they're trying to shake off a couple of losses already today. Lost to Pella Christian in the second wave of games, and then here in the fourth wave of games that just finished, Eddyville Blacksburg Fremont held on to a 10-9 win. So a couple of losses for a team that entered today's action 8-0, and they are currently number 11 in the IGH SAU rankings in Class 3A. If you look at the teams that they've played, not necessarily a who's who of world beaters, but the fashion in which they won those games is very impressive. 17-12, 14-10, 10, 8, 9, 12. Those are the runs scored that each game represents. That is the kind of run scoring ability this team has. They came into today's action playing 8 games, averaging nearly 10 runs a game. So this is definitely a team that can score. We saw them just put up the 9 runs in a losing effort against Eddyville Blacksburg Fremont. The problem for them is who's going to be the pitcher. Summer Brand labored through that game against EBF, giving up the 10 runs, but it looks like it'll be Maddie Speed who is going to get the ball, a sophomore for Mount Vernon. On the year, she has been the most used of their 3 pitchers they've thrown out there. Coming into today's action, 5-0, 19 2/3 of innings pitched, 0.71 ERA. Opponents hitting just .095 against her, but she only has 10 strikeouts and 19 2/3 innings of work. She has walked 6 and hit 6 more. So those are the kind of numbers that we're talking about here. We'll continue to get through the lineup, but the one batter that you're going to want to pay attention to is the leadoff batter. Her name is Libby Ryan. Ryan is the leading hitter coming into today's action, batting .650, which is, of course, absurd to think about. But the senior already has committed to Drake. She's going to play softball at Drake. A lot of local Iowa good softball players are finding Drake as a good 4-year university option. But Libby Ryan, it's all speed with her. Through the first 6 games this season, which is all the stats that they had for their individual players coming into today's game, she hasn't struck out once, and she's stolen 16 bases. And softball, that is not an easy thing to do. You don't get a lead. She's not a power hitter by any means. She is fast, among the fastest players we're going to be seeing all season long against Oskaloosa. So she'll be leading off. And we'll get to their lineups in just a moment. We will take one more break. When we come back, we'll get you the full lineups for both Mount Vernon and Oskaloosa. Let you know who's going to be the home team and the visiting team after the coin flip and have the first pitch right after this. It is Oskaloosa Classic Softball on the No Coast Network.
Hawkeye Real Estate is your one-stop source for everything real estate in Mahaska County and beyond. Whether commercial, residential, or land, we've got you covered with the area's largest pool of real estate professionals, full-time support staff, and property management services. With over $19 million in sales volume for 2016, Hawkeye continues to be the area's leading real estate office. Discover what thousands already know. When it's time to make a move, get the Hawkeye Edge.
At Gardner Collier Jewelry, our goal has always been to provide you with the very best jewelry for your money. From plain gold wedding bands to the most exquisite diamond ring, Gardner Collier has it. Our huge selection is sure to exceed your expectations, and our service is second to none. From sterling silver fashion jewelry to the one-of-a-kind diamond fashion piece, Gardner Collier can fill your jewelry desires. For the very best value in fine jewelry, choose Gardner Collier, Quincy Place Mall, Ottumwa, and Penn Center Mall, Oskaloosa.
Layton State Bank understands that everyone's financial needs and goals are different. That's why it's essential for you to bank with a local bank that knows you personally and professionally. Layton State Bank is that bank. They understand your financial situation and work diligently to help you reach your financial goals. They're committed to working with you and for you every step of the way. Layton State Bank, serving you from Layton, Pella, and Monroe. Grow strong with us, member FDIC.
If your savings and investments are sitting on the bench instead of meeting your goals, call Timeout to examine your investment lineup. Your game plan should include getting some investment advice from an experienced investment professional. I'm Bob Auld of Robert Auld Investments, an investment advisor with over 20 years of experience in Oskaloosa and southern Iowa. I would like to assist you with your investment strategies. Call 673-9448 or toll free at 1-800-444-ALD.
Providing high-quality professional eye care with a truly caring staff is what Oskaloosa Vision Center has been doing for more than 30 years. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we can provide comprehensive eye exams, prescription glasses, and contact lenses, as well as medical care like eye infection and disease treatment, emergency eye care, and pre- and post-operative aid. Newborn to adult, we have the experience to meet all your eye care needs. Oskaloosa Vision Center. Come see us today.
At Community First Credit Union, we've created a new look because we want you to take a closer look at us. See First can help you move forward with the technology you need to bank anywhere, anytime, and a team of experienced professionals dedicated to your success. Try us. Join us. Because at See First, together is better.
The coin flip has occurred here at Lacey Recreation Complex, and it is going to be Oskaloosa once again, the visiting team. That is the 3 for 3. They lose all 3 coin tosses today. Oskaloosa will bat first, and here's their order. It'll be, again, the junior Josie Bonnell in center field leading off. She is actually going to be followed by Maddie Haynes getting the start at number 2 spot in the order. She'll be followed by Ava Vanderwall, the freshman, at first base batting third. Aubrey Miller batting fourth, the senior at second base. Sophomore Ashley Kindley batting in the 5 spot. She's in left field. Taylor Wills can hold the bat. She's the designated player. She is going to bat 6th. The freshman actually left the game before this with an injury after she was hit on the hand by a line drive defensively. Freshman Megan Moorman is the catcher. She'll be batting 7th. Devin Welch at third base. The senior bats 8th. And freshman Chloe Bostard has had a nice day at the plate. She's in right field batting 9th. Alexis Groot, the senior, is the pitcher once again for Oskaloosa. She will not bat. Instead will be hit for by Taylor Wills. Mount Vernon out there as Maddie Speed takes the warm-up tosses. Let's go ahead and give you their order. It is senior Libby Ryan to lead off. In the home half of this inning, it'll be sophomore catcher Sammy Moss. Bailey Sullivan, the junior third baseman, bats third. Maddie Speed, the pitcher, is a sophomore. She'll bat cleanup. The designated player is Lauren Hauser. She's one of 3 Hausers in this order. She'll bat 5th, and she's hitting for the first baseman, Summer Brand, who is a freshman. Bailey Hauser is a junior batting 6th and playing left field. Kristen Elliott is a junior second baseman. She bats in the 7th spot. Noelle Ossenkopf is a junior in right field batting 8th. And Sydney Hauser is the junior in center field batting 9th. Once again, Oskaloosa 8-2 on the season. Mount Vernon 8-2 on the season. 2 good teams, 2 ranked teams, and we'll see what happens here as Oskaloosa Although the West Burlington Notre Dame game was a little treacherous for the first half of it, they were able to pull away to a 6-0 win, a run rule win in 3 innings, 13-0 over Cardinal. And the first pitch of this third and final game is a ball to Josie Bunnell, and we are underway right at 4:39, so about 24 minutes later than the original scheduled start time, but that happens in tournament play such as we have here, or a classic as you will, as that one's in there for a strike, 1-1. The home plate umpire, Chuck McDonough, and he is joined on the bases by Ed Fickus. The 1-1, that one bounces in there, 2-1 the count. Still a beautiful day. Right around the mid-80s. Long look in from Maddie Speed, who delivers this ball, a little looper into center field, a base hit for Josie Bunnell to get things started. This Mount Vernon team is very good. The issue would be for them, can they pitch? And so far the number's looking strong. But today it has not been so good, as they have lost both of their games after coming in at 8-0. Lost to Pella Christian earlier, still a very good team. And then Eddyville Blacksburg Fremont, who's ranked number 2 in Class 2A. As showing Bunt pulling back, taking a ball, and then a quick throw back to the first base bag. Bunnell in safely. 0-1 the count. That one was a strike to Maddie Haynes, the 8th grader, who wasn't batting to start the season, then was inserted into the middle of the order. Now she's worked her way up to number 2 with question marks about Taylor Will's health, who was batting second the first 2 games. She takes a ball here, does Haynes, 1-1. Haynes, batting in the 5 spot the first 2 games, went 1 for 2 with a run scored in game 1 against Cardinal, and then against West Burlington Notre Dame went 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. The 1-1 shows bunt again, this time pulls back and takes another ball, 2-1 the count. The right-hander, Maddie Speed, a sophomore, fires on the 2-0, and a bunt attempt, and is a foul ball as it hits. Oh no. Coach Jay Harms says that he was in the box, but home plate umpire Chuck McDonough immediately called her out as if she was in fair territory when it was play, and it will be overruled by base umpire Ed Fickus, who says indeed she was in the box. So it's just a foul ball. It is a strike. So Speed likely won't have to see Haynes laying down a bunt here, but we'll see what Coach Harms has her do. Bunnell with good speed at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch, fouled straight back, right off the end of the bat. And we'll do the 2-2 once again. 90 degrees at first pitch, so it's gotten progressively hotter as the day has gone on. A little bit of a breeze if you're in the right spot, but not really on the field. The shade is the place to be as the day has gone older, but a beautiful day as that one misses. 3-2 to Haynes with Ava Vanderwall on deck. Beautiful blue skies with those cumulus clouds floating along all day long. Of course, no threat of precipitation as the payoff pitch to Haynes is fouled out of play right side. That's destined for field number 2. And although it is hot, this is summer in Iowa, and it's hard to complain about it. After we went through a couple of months there, April and May, where it was really tough to have a week without rain. As there's a line drive down the right field line, and that is going to get into the right field corner and get past Noelle Alsenkop out there in right field. It gets all the way to the fence, allowing Bunnell to score, and Haynes pulls up at third with a stand-up triple. Maddie Haynes continues to swing the bat well, and this one just squeezed past Alsenkop down the right field line, allowing Bunnell going first all the way to score, and without an out being recorded, it is 1-0 Oskaloosa. And Haynes at third base for number 3 hitter Ava Vanderwall. The freshman Vanderwall is hitting the 3 spot most of the season. And in game 1 against Cardinal, 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. And in the game against West Burlington Notre Dame, she went 1 for 4. First pitch to the lefty is outside for a ball, 1-0. Infield straight up. Outfield a little swing around toward the left, especially in center with Sydney Hauser. The 1-0 on the way, and this is a ground ball. It gets past the pitcher to the shortstop, looks her back at third, and they're going to say she was out Bang play over there at first base. Vanderwall grounds out. It goes 6-3, but the infield, even though they were straight up, Haynes could not leave for home because if it would have been fielded by Speed in the circle, it would have been an easy out at home plate. Get to the defense momentarily for the Mustangs of Mount Vernon, as Aubrey Miller hasn't had the best day at the plate. 2-0 to her with 1 out and a runner on third. Miller in the cleanup spot went 1 for 2 with a run scored. With 2 RBIs, came through clutch in that third inning to help push the game past the run rule mark. As that's inside, and the count 3-0. Haynes at third base, 60 feet away. Oski already leading 1-0 here, top of the first inning. The pitch from Speed. That's a strike on the outside corner. It's actually 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Speed, the right-hander, toes the rubber and delivers. That's fouled off. And the count 2-2. The defense behind Maddie Speed, Bailey Hauser in left field with Sydney Hauser in center. Noelle Austin-Kopp is out in right. Bailey Sullivan at third. The shortstop is Libby Ryan. Kristen Elliott is at second with Summer Brand at first. Sammy Moss behind the plate as that one fouled off here by Miller. We'll do the 2-2 again. Maddie Speed, just a sophomore. Another fairly young team, but a lot more upperclassmen dot this roster. Libby Ryan is the lone senior, we'll see, in all likelihood. In fact, she is the lone senior on this roster. Quite a few sophomores, but a lot of juniors. As the 2-2 is up high and away, and it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Maddie Haynes at third base, rather. Oskaloosa leading 1-0. Just the 1 out on the scoreboard here, top of the first inning. They'd like to strike again. Pitch on the payoff is a line drive into left center field. That'll slice the gap. Haynes in to score. Miller on her way around first. She'll pull into second base with an RBI double. Oskaloosa off to a good start against Speed, leading 2-0. Still a runner in scoring position now for Ashley Kindley. The sophomore bumps up 1 spot in the order. Batted 6th. Haynes moving up in the order. Wills moving down with a hand injury. Kindley will take that number 5 spot. She'll have an opportunity here with the runner on second and just 1 out. 2-0 Indians. First pitch is there for a strike, 0-1. For the sophomore Ashley Kindley, game 1, 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. A couple of triples. And then went 1 for 3 with a run scored in the game against West Burlington Notre Dame. The 0-1 is hit high in the air into right field, and that's over the head of the right fielder, Austin-Kopp, and that'll get to the wall. Miller around third. She will score. Kindley being held at second as the ball gets to the infield quickly. 3-0 Oskaloosa. They are all over Maddie Speed here early. So a single, a triple, and 2 doubles with a ground out sandwiched in between all of it. And Oskaloosa with a quick 3-0 lead. And going to be a coaching visit in the circle before Taylor Wills comes to the plate. Now, if you missed our game around the noon hour, as Oskaloosa took on West Burlington Notre Dame in the second inning of that game defensively, with Wills playing at third base, which is something that head coach Jay Harms would like to do. I don't know what the amount of frequency, but he'd like to see her over at third every once in a while. A line drive was hit right at her, kind of in toward her belly button region, and her offhand, her throwing hand, as she was trying to catch it with 2 hands, ended up kind of getting hit with the ball. She tried to shake it off, but Coach Harms wasn't going to mess around with it. Ended up pulling her. We didn't know the extent of the injury at that point. Devin Welch was available on the bench, so she just came in and played third base and batted in that number 2 hole and ended up getting a couple of hits. But Wills seems to be okay. She was taking some ground balls before this game, but she is the designated player here in this third game, as she was in the first game. First pitch is inside to her, 1-0. Wills at the plate in the first game went 0 for 3, but did score a couple of runs after she reached on 2 errors. She also drove in a run. Only had 1 at-bat, and it was a single into left field. Her only time up last game, as this is into foul territory and caught by a fan. 1-1 the count. 1 out. Tyler Miller, a baseball player for Oskaloosa. Johnny on the spot to make the catch there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on second for Oskaloosa. And that one misses. 2-1. Wills looking to try to keep the train rolling. Oskaloosa 3 runs early here in the first. This one is fouled straight down. And it is going to be 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Indians, after last night's tough doubleheader against Dallas Center Grimes, where they lost both, as Wills puts a charge into this one down the left field line. That one's going to get to the fence. Kendley will score. Wills, she'll pull up at second with another double. 3 consecutive doubles, and Oskaloosa 4 extra base hits in the game already, and they are really seeing Maddie Speed well. Still just 1 out here in this first inning, and Wills is at second. Megan Mormon is the batter. Bring that ball back in. Mormon was a DP in the last game, caught the first game. She's going to serve as Alexis Groot's catcher while Alexis Westerkamp is out. If you missed that, Alexis Westerkamp, as Mormon takes a strike as the catcher in the first game of that doubleheader against Dallas Center Grimes, ended up breaking a bone in her hand on a tag play at the plate. And just one of the many things that went wrong for Oskaloosa is this one is a ground ball through the left side, a base hit. Wills will hold at third. Mormon will hold at first. So runners on the corners now, and the hitting continues. And Devin Welch, a big bat, will come up. She's in the 8th spot. Welch in the first game did not have an official at bat. In the 2 plate appearances, she walked twice. Ended up scoring 1 run. As there will be a courtesy runner for Mormon, it will be Emily Richmond. By the way, Welch coming on as a defensive replacement, went 2 for 3 with an RBI, a couple of singles after coming off the bench. So the courtesy runner at first is Richmond, good speed. The runner at third, very good speed, Taylor Wills. And Welch takes up high, 1-0. Eventful first inning here. Oskaloosa not wasting any time, currently leading 4-0. The 1-0 to Welch. That's a strike at the knees, and it's 1-1. Coach Harms, we were talking about it after last night, this being long and not fun by any means. As this is a ground ball through the whole left side again. Pulling up at second is Richmond. Welch stays at first. Wills scores from third. It's 5-0 Oskaloosa. And Mount Vernon pitching just not having it here in these 3 games that they had here at the Classic. So now the 9th batter of the inning will come up as they've batted around. RBIs galore. The only player that didn't reach base, Ava Vanderwall, she grounded out to the shortstop. Chloe Bossard takes a ball, 1-0. The 1-0. Bossard takes inside, maybe a little high, it's 2-0. Robin Brand, the head coach for this ball club, a successful coach. She knows that she probably has to just roll with speed here with a busy 3-game day, as that's in there for a strike to Bossard, 2-1. Bossard's had a nice day. She went 0 for 3 in the first game, but did have 2 RBIs. And then in the second game, went 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. As this one fouled straight down by Bossard, 2-2. If you get a couple RBIs every game from your number 9 hitter, you're in good shape. Bossard, left-handed batter, not much of a slapper. Runners on first and second. 1 out. And the pitch. And this is fouled straight down once again. Bunnell, a bloop single to start it off. A triple by Maddie Haynes. A ground out to Vanderwall to shortstop. RBI double by Miller. A double by Kinley, a double by Wills, singles by Moorman and Welch, and here we are. This is a ground ball over to the shortstop. The throw over to third is going to be in time to get the force. That's a good play by Libby Ryan, who is a Drake commit, and the fielder's choice puts Bossard on first. Welch moves to second. Goes 6-5 on the putout for the second out of the inning, and back to the top of the order, and it looks like that's going to be all for Maddie Speed. Gonna have a pitching change. Oskaloosa getting plenty of looks here, and we'll be back after this. As Amanda Rowe looks like she's gonna be the new pitcher. 2 outs, Oski has 2 runners on base. They've already scored 5 here in the first. Still top of the first, right here on the No Coast Network.
The student community at William Penn made an impression on me. It's a real statement that you can come here and be part of something real.
You have the opportunity to participate in activities.
The coaches are awesome. It's easy to play for coaches that care about you.
The real experiences at Penn have helped shape who I'm going to be when I graduate. I work harder because I want to be part of the conversation in class.
I am a leader.
I am a trailblazer.
I'm proud to be a statesman.
Experience the Bruxforts difference. We aim to provide you with the best value and better service than can be found anywhere else. After 36 years, we're still as committed to our customers and our community as the day we first opened our doors. Please stop in and give us a chance to prove how important our customers are to us.
Amanda Rowe taking her warm-up toss as Maddie Speed lasts just 2/3 of an inning, gets through the lineup 1 time. Josie Bunnell will bat for the 2nd time in the first inning as Oskaloosa leads at 5-0. And with 2 outs and runners on first and second, looking to increase the lead even more. Amanda Rowe coming in, 7 innings of work, went 1-0 in her lone start and relief appearance. No earned runs against her, 6 strikeouts and 6 walks in her 7 innings. Opponents just hitting 107 against her. Oskaloosa's bats are locked in, though. Maddie Speed will get to her numbers momentarily, but Oskaloosa was on her. Anything that was thrown a strike, they were making good contact. Welch at second, Bossett at first. First pitch to Bunnell, in there for a strike, 0-1. Bunnell started this with a bloop single to lead off the game earlier this inning. Eventually would come around to score the first of the 5 runs thus far. The 0-1 on the way, and that's a ground ball, and that is just fouled down the third baseline. And the count 0-2. Robin Brand had to make the tough choice to put Rowe into the game. You know, you like to see your pitchers trying to battle through, but on a 3-game day, it's hot out here, 90 degrees. Even though you want to play well against the #1 team in the state in Class 4A, sometimes you just got to move to the next day, live to fight another day, as this one fouled straight back off the protective netting, hanging over the backstop. Still 0-2 here to Bunnell. Should Bunnell reach, Maddie Haynes is on deck. Mount Vernon is not going to go away quietly. They were down 4-0 to Eddyville-Blakesburg Fremont and ended up scoring 6 runs in that second inning, as that's going to hit Bunnell on an 0-2 pitch. So she is hit by a pitch. That'll move Welch to third and Bossard to second. And now Maddie Haynes, who tripled down the right field line. It just scored it between the right field line and Noelle Ostenkopf, the right fielder. And she was able to truck it all the way around to third base. With 2 outs and the bases loaded, we'll see what the 8th grader can do. First pitch above the letters, 1-0. Rowe 2 is just a sophomore. A lot of youth. It's part of the pitching staff, and Haynes, that almost hit her. I don't know how it didn't. It got past her somehow, but it's 2-0. Final stats for the pitcher, Maddie Speed. 2/3 of an inning, 7 hits allowed, no walks, no strikeouts, 39 pitches thrown, 25 strikes, 14 balls. She's responsible for the runners on second and third. 2-0 on the way, and that's inside. Oh, they're going to say it hit her. Just grazed her, almost hit her the previous pitch, does hit her there. It'll be an RBI hit by pitch for Haynes. That extends the inning. And Oskaloosa leading 6-0 already. Remember, this is the number 11 team in the state, and they did not lose a game until today. So Oski's bat's warm, but this Mustang team can hit. This game is not going to be over in this first inning. Make no mistake about it. Ball one to Ava Vanderwall. She was the lone offensive batter. Did not reach base. She did ground out to the shortstop, Libby Ryan, earlier this inning. 6-0 Indians. That's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Vanderwall, freshman, has the bases loaded. Runner on third is Chloe Bossert. At second, it's Josie Pinnell and Maddie Haynes over at first. Pretty good speed all the way around. The 1-1. And that ball high in the air in a shallow left field, and that's going to drop. Base hit. 2 runs are going to score. And that one was just a little looper that was out of the reach of Ryan, who was trying to get there with her speed. Bailey Hauser in left couldn't get there. That was just a duck snort. And it'll go down in the book as a double and 2 RBIs for Vanderwall. So runners on second and third for now Aubrey Miller, who doubled in a run and scored a run earlier this frame. It's 8-0. She hits a little pop-up right to the shortstop, Libby Ryan, and finally the inning comes to an end. But after 1/2 inning of play, Oskaloosa sends 14 to the plate, and they lead at 8-0 after a half inning. Mustangs coming to bat after this on the No Coast Network.
Our roots are here in the middle of America, where humble beginnings can grow into great opportunities, where hard work and high standards are the key ingredients to success, where honesty and integrity matter. We're proud of our roots, proud to be a part of a community that shares our values, and grateful to our customers for giving us the opportunity to grow.
At Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, getting your prescription filled is easy. The large covered drive-thru and easy access to the front door is convenient, and the friendly staff is always ready to help you. With a variety of goods and home decor, Mahaska Drug is sure to have the perfect gift for any occasion. Have your favorite photos developed and framed at Mahaska Drug's framing counter, and cherish your memories for years to come. It's all at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, where they have been committed to a healthy community for over 20 years. Call 673-3439 or stop in today.
Oskaloosa plates 8. Yes, 8 in the top of the first inning, as they send 13, not 14 to the plate. Another misstep by me. My apologies, but we'll see what the Mustangs can come up with. Remember, I just mentioned they scored 9 runs in a loss to Eddyville-Blacksburg-Fremont not too long ago. In fact, it was about an hour ago that they were starting to kind of wrap that game up here on this field. So they were down 4-0 going into the second inning of that game, and ended up coming back and scoring 6 runs in the bottom of the second. And that was a dogfight back and forth all the way until the end. So if you're Mount Vernon, it all starts with the player that'll lead off. It is Libby Ryan. By the way, Oskaloosa scores 8 runs on 8 hits. No defensive errors, in my book at least. 2 were left on base in that big first inning. They send 13 to the plate. First pitch from Alexis Groot. The Oskaloosa ace is up high. 1-0 to Libby Ryan. The senior, a commit to Drake. She'll be playing 4 years softball there. One of the fastest players you're going to see. She is a blazer when she gets on base, as she takes ball 2. You do not want her to get on base. Ryan, through the first 6 games of the year, which is all we got stats for, .650 the average, .720 the on-base percentage. And she hits this high and deep into the air in a center field way back, and that ball is out of here. A solo home run, Libby Ryan. Her first homer of the season, and immediately Mount Vernon gets one back. That ball a moonshot over the left center field wall. So it's now 8-1. We mentioned this team can score runs. They came into today's action batting well over 400. Their first 8 games of the year, 17 runs, 12 runs, 14 runs, 10 runs, 10 runs, 8 runs, 9 runs, 12 runs. So they can score. They spotted Oski an 8-run lead in the top of the first, but here in the bottom of the first, they get one back on a leadoff home run by Libby Ryan. And now Sammy Moss, the sophomore catcher, in the left-handed batter's box, a 1-0 count. Alexis Groot obviously It's going to take a lot for her to give up a lot of runs, but yesterday did not fare so well against Dallas Center. Grimes looks pretty solid against Cardinal. It's 2-0. Pitched only 3 innings to get the complete game win via shutout. As that one fouled back, it is 2-1. Sammy Moss comes in batting .619, .667 the on base, 12 RBIs to lead the team, and she was 7 for 7 in steals. So good athletic catcher. 2-1 on the way. That's up high, 3-1. We'll see if Groot, she had to sit there and watch her offense go to work for a long while. She does lead at 8-1. The 3-1. Swing, foul tipped into the mitt of her catcher Megan Mormon, and the count now full 3-2. A long but fun day of softball here, and this one off to a crazy start, a lot of runs. Payoff pitch from Groot on the way, and that one fouled straight off the screen on a late swing by Moss. We'll do it again. 5 minutes past the top of the hour. You're listening to 99.5 FM, 740 AM, KMZN. Watching us live with the live video stream here from the Lacey Recreation Complex on RadioKMZN.com, the KMZN mobile app. Emery Songer with you, our entire video crew here, bringing you the action all day long at the Oskaloosa Softball Classic. 3-2 on the way, and that one's low and away. And Sammy Moss reaches on a base on balls. If you're wondering how Groot did specifically, first game against Cardinal, 3 innings of work, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts, only threw 39 pitches. For what it's worth, Haley Hacker also warmed up to start the game. It has been a long day. Both pitchers have thrown a full, complete game. And it's been a couple hours out in the sun waiting to play this one as Bailey Sullivan takes the ball 1-0. Sullivan, the junior, playing third base. Comes in, batting .308, a .471 on base percentage, 5 RBIs. Hits this one on the screws to center field, and that's going to be all the way to the wall on a hop. Going to third base and being waved around is Sammy Moss, and they're going to hold it there. 2 runs quickly on the board for the Mustangs, and Bailey Sullivan an RBI double. I told you, do not rest on your laurels. Oskaloosa cannot get comfortable against this team because this team can hit the ball well. 8-2 now. Runner on second. Still nobody out for the pitcher, Amanda Rowe. Maddie Speed was lined up to bat in this cleanup spot, but Amanda Rowe took over as the pitcher before that top of the first was over, and the sophomore fouled the first pitch off 0-1. Rowe just 0 for 4 at the plate so far this season. Swing and a miss on that high pitch, and it's 0-2. Wild start to this one, but Groot's the kind of pitcher, once she gets 1 or 2 outs on the board, she tends to kind of settle down a little bit. The 0-2 on the way, and that just misses, painting the outside corner. 1-2 the count to Rowe. Designated player Lauren Hauser is on deck, a freshman, with Bailey Hauser, a junior, right behind her. 3 Hausers in this order. As there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout for Groot in the ball game, and that's the first out here in this first inning. And that'll bring up Lauren Hauser. She's batting for the first baseman, Summer Brand, who is a freshman. Lauren, the first of 3 Hausers we'll see, batting .368. Hits this high into center field. Coming on, making the catch is Josie Bonnell for the quick second out. And that'll bring up Bailey Hauser. Bailey is a junior, batting .333 with a .400 batting or on base percentage. 5 RBIs so far this season. 8-2, Oski leads it. Bottom of the first. Yeah, it's not a misprint. That is a lot of runs scored as the first pitch, a strike here to Bailey Hauser, the junior. A lot of juniors, 5 juniors, in fact, in this order, with 1 senior, a couple of sophomores, and the freshman who just flew out to center, Lauren Hauser. The 0-1, that's inside. Groot fakes a throw back to second as Sullivan at second base, kind of dancing around, trying to beg for a throw. See if she can't advance to third or farther. The 1-1, strike at the knees, and it's 1-2. Something new for Alexis Groot, wearing the mask in the circle this year. Masks are becoming more and more common. This is popped up. This is playable. It is Aubrey Miller at second base making the catch, and that'll retire the side. The first three reach to score. Leadoff home run by Libby Ryan and an RBI double by Bailey Sullivan, but that's all they can muster after one inning of play. Oskaloosa leads Mount Vernon 8-2 here on the No Coast Network.
Dreams start early, illustrated straight from the heart. Big or small, dreams take hard work to grow into reality. To bring your dreams to life, sometimes you need a little help. So surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams and count on Bank Iowa to help you reach them. Bank Iowa, for the dreamer in all of us.
An eventful first inning, both sides. Oskaloosa comes out on top of it 8-2 as we head into the top of the second inning. And this game, going to see some runs scored. Let's see if the pitchers can settle in and maybe keep it where it's at now. That's what Amanda Rowe is being tasked with as the pitcher came on in relief in that first inning of Maddie Speed, who Oskaloosa was just lined up against. Very locked in. Ashley Kindley leads off. She doubled against the wall in right field for an RBI and would score a run. And she takes a strike to start out this second inning 0-1. Oskaloosa ranked number 1 in the state, Class 4A. Mount Vernon comes in ranked number 11 in the state in Class 3A and didn't lose any games this season until today. As this is a little chopper, slow roll over to third. The throw high, and that's going to be thrown away. Kindley's on her way to second base, and she will slide in there safely ahead of the throw. E5 as Bailey Sullivan charged and threw it away, a two-base error, which allows Kindley to be on second. Taylor Wills comes up now with a runner on second and nobody out. Oskaloosa would love to keep the pressure up here. Showing bunt, pulling back as that ball hit the dirt, got past the catcher, Sammy Moss, and hit the leg of the home plate umpire, Chuck McDonough. So that actually bailed out Mount Vernon from allowing another potential runner advancing. That pitch off the outside corner. Wills again showed bunt. Pretty clear she's supposed to get that runner to third. These are the kind of situational hitting, even though it's a 6-run game right now in this second inning. You want to see your batters execute what they're being told to execute. Rowe looks in. And the 2-0 on the way. Again, showing bunt, pulling back, taking ball 3 high is Wills. 3-0. Wills doubled in the left field for an RBI and eventually would score. 3-0 the count. We'll see if she takes all the way here. She will. There's a strike. Get me over strike by Rowe. 3-1 the count. So now, as Wills digs back in, we'll see if she again aims to bunt. She does square, pulls back, and takes a strike on the outside corner, and the count now full. Good job by Rowe to work back into it, 3-2. Runner on second, nobody out, and looks like Wills will likely be swinging away here. Chokes up a little bit on the bat, couple of finger lengths. And the 3-2 right back up the middle. It gets through the pitcher somehow. Rowe being held at third as the throw comes home is the runner. That means Wills can take second. So Kindley held at third as Wills hit that one right back up the middle. Somehow did not catch Rowe's leg. Goes down the book as a single. Wills takes second on the throw home. And with runners on a second and third, the Ducks are on the pond for Megan Moorman, who hit a single into left field first time up back in the first inning. The Oski Bats continue to hit well. Infield is in. They want to keep this score right where it's at. It's 8-2, Oskaloosa the lead. First pitch taken strike by Moorman, 0-1. Moorman swinging a good bat today. Again, players like Mormon and Bossard who didn't really factor in the varsity level on the batting order, as that's in the dirty good block by Sammy Moss. 1-1. When those players are coming through offensively, as they are regulars now in the batting order, got to put a smile on your face for an Oskaloosa coach or supporter. 1-1 the count to Mormon. Here's the delivery. That's low. Maybe a little outside. It's 2-1. We saw Eddyville put up 10 runs against this Mount Vernon team. If they could get out of this with nothing else further across, this would be a miracle. But on the 2-1 pitch, Mormon is hit. That is the third batter that Rowe has hit since coming on. But that'll load him up. First base was open, and now it's heavy hitting Devin Welch. Welch will step in. Mormon will be replaced by the courtesy runner. Again, it is Emily Richmond. So you got good speed at first with Richmond, good speed at second with Wills, good speed at third with Ashley Kindley. This might be one of the fastest combinations of runners you'll see out there for Oskaloosa. First pitch to Welch off the outside corner. 1-0. Welch, an RBI single and a run scored in the first. Hit a seeing eye single into left field. Still the infield in, the outfield deep. That's a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. So it looks like they're gonna try to cut down the run at home on anything hit to an infielder, but the outfield is so deep that they're trying to not allow any extra bases. There's a swing and a miss on a kind of a floater, and Welch not happy with herself after that effort on the swing. 1-2 the count. Nobody out, bases loaded for Oskaloosa, still leading 8-2 here, top of the second inning. Welch squares around, now pulls back, and the pitch. That's up high, and the count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. These are the kind of at-bats that a player like Welch, down in that number 8 spot, who is a heavy hitter, an RBI threat, relishes the opportunity. 2-2, and there's a called third strike. Welch fooled on the pitch for the first out, so unable to come through this time. First strikeout in relief for Rowe. And that'll bring up Chloe Bossard, who had a couple of clutch hits for RBIs. 4 RBIs already today. And another opportunity here. Same story for the infield and outfield. Outfield spread out and deep. Infield is in. First pitch is up high. 1-0. Infield comes in even a step closer at pretty much everywhere except second base, as Kristen Elliott is about level where she was between the bases. Add up around the letters, and it's 2-0. Center fielder Sydney Hauser is about 2 steps toward left field, still playing very deep. I mean, this is the kind of no doubles defense you would see if you were protecting a big lead, but they're just trying to limit the damage. And that's high to Bossard, nowhere to put her, 3-0. Bossard reached on a fielder's choice, would eventually come around and score. Here is the 3-0. Taking all the way. Strike on the outside corner, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 out, bases loaded, sacks packed with Indians. Rowe trying to work in and out of trouble here. Oski leads at 8-2 already. Here's the pitch. High and ball 4. Bossard draws the bases loaded walk, give her an RBI. That is the first base on balls issued by Rowe, as now Moss will come out and have a chat. 9-2 now, and it's back to the top of the order. And Josie Bennell. Kindley scores from third on the walk. Over to third is Wills. And Richmond, running for Mormon, is at second. Rowe's first pitch on the way to Bennell. That is low and away. 1-0. Bennell, a single, run scored, and a hit by pitch and a run scored, each in the first inning. The Oski offense really clicking right now. 1-0. And that ball, line drive into left center field. That's a base hit. That'll score at least 2. Cutting it off before it gets to the wall is Bailey Hauser. On her way to third is Bossard. She'll stop there. It'll be a double for Josie Bennell and give her 2 RBIs. And Oskaloosa has widened its lead to 11-2. And the hits just keep on coming. Richmond and Wills both score. Over to third goes Bossard. And now it's number 2 hitter, Maddie Haynes, who tripled in a run and scored and was hit by a pitch with an RBI. As this one hits the edge of the mitt. Moss able to hustle over to it. Oskaloosa didn't get a good read on it. Nobody even attempted to advance. Haynes 2 RBIs in that first inning with a triple, a run scored, and a hit by pitch with the bases loaded. 1-0 the count, or 0-1 the count to her. Scoreboard says 0-1. This pitch well outside for a ball. Haynes, the right-handed batter, facing the righty Amanda Rowe. As the Oski offense still just only 1 out with runners on second and third. This pitch well inside. Two balls, 1 strike is the count. 1 out, infield still in, outfield still deep. 11-2 Oskaloosa the lead. Rowe delivers. That's way outside, it's 3-1. We mentioned Summer Brand is the only other pitcher that we haven't seen, and she pitched the entirety of the game before this against Eddyville Blacksburg Fremont. Mustang pitchers not doing so well in this heat right now. Here's the 3-1 to Haynes. That's up and away, and Haynes will draw a walk. She now occupies first. Second walk issued. This inning and in the game for Amanda Rowe. Still top of the second. Ava Vanderwall will come up, bases loaded, and just 1 out. The exact same situation. Bases loaded when she came to bat, and Coach Brand is going to come out. And it appears as though Brand is going to hand it to Brand. Summer Brand looks like she's going to be the new pitcher. And we'll see if Rowe stays in the game at first base. Summer Brand was playing first base but wasn't batting. And we'll see what changes made at first. But until then, we'll take a break. When we come back, Oskaloosa continues to look to try to continue the offensive output as they lead at 11-2 still in the second inning right here on the No Coast Network.
Hawkeye Real Estate is your one-stop source for everything real estate in Mahaska County and beyond. Whether commercial, residential, or land, we've got you covered with the area's largest pool of real estate professionals, full-time support staff, and property management services. With over $19 million in sales volume for 2016, Hawkeye continues to be the area's leading real estate office. Discover what thousands already know. When it's time to make a move, get the Hawkeye Edge.
At Gardner Collier Jewelry, our goal has always been to provide you with the very best jewelry for your money. From plain gold wedding bands to the most exquisite diamond ring, Gardner Collier has it. Our huge selection is sure to exceed your expectations, and our service is second to none. From sterling silver fashion jewelry to the one-of-a-kind diamond fashion piece, Gardner Collier can fill your jewelry desires. For the very best value in fine jewelry, choose Gardner Collier, Quincy Place Mall, Ottumwa, and Penn Center Mall, Oskaloosa.
Well, Oskaloosa's offense continues to be impressive to say the least. Defensive changes, we're going to see pretty much, it's Summer Brand who comes in to pitch, by the way, who moves from first base. Looks like Kristen Elliott is now at first, as Ava Vanderwall is going to be the batter. So Elliott is at first. It appears as though Rowe has stayed in the game. She is going to play at third. Libby Ryan still at short. I'm trying to read the numbers, and we'll figure it out as we go here. Home plate umpire Chuck McDonough was over in the third base coach's box talking to the Oskaloosa coaches, trying to get those changes in their book correct. What we do know is it appears Elliott is at first base, so we got a new second baseman. Ryan is still at shortstop, and we'll have to double check on third. First pitch to Ava Vanderwall from Summer Brand off the glove of the catcher Moss. She is able to track it down before anybody advances. Final numbers on Amanda Rowe: 2/3 an inning, 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 hit by pitches, 1 strikeout, 40 pitches thrown, 23 strikes, 17 balls. She's responsible for all 3 runners on base. Bases loaded, 1 out. 11-2 Oski leads. Vanderwall grounds it over to second. She's got one play. It's over to first. And that is in time for the out. The second baseman, by the way, is Bailey Sullivan, so she moves from third over to second. And it appears as though Lauren Hauser is the runner, or the third baseman, which means we got a new left fielder. I believe it might be Rowe. So it's 12-2 anywho, as the RBI on the 4-3 ground out by Vanderwall. First pitch a strike to the ninth batter of the inning, Aubrey Miller. Runners on second and third, 2 outs now, as Bossard scored on the ground out, and Bunnell went over to third. Maddie Haynes over to second as well. This one, a line drive down the left field line. That's a fair ball. 1 run will score. Haynes is around third. She's on her way. She'll score. Throw to second. Not in time. Aubrey Miller, 2 RBI double. And the score now is 14-2. Oskaloosa still just in the top of the second inning. This offense needed this after yesterday's trouble. That brings up Ashley Kindley. Started this inning off by reaching on an error. This is a ground ball over to short. Ryan up with it. Her throw to first base is in time, and that'll retire the side. 10 more come to the plate, and they score 6 more. 14-2 as we'll head to the bottom of the second. Oskaloosa all over Mount Vernon here on the No Coast Network.
Layton State Bank understands that everyone's financial needs and goals are different. That's why it's essential for you to bank with a local bank that knows you personally and professionally. Layton State Bank is that bank. They understand your financial situation and work diligently to help you reach your financial goals. They're committed to working with you and for you every step of the way. Layton State Bank, serving you from Layton, Pella, and Monroe. Grow strong with us, member FDIC.
If your savings and investments are sitting on the bench instead of meeting your goals, call Timeout to examine your investment lineup. Your game plan should include getting some investment advice from an experienced investment professional. I'm Bob Auld of Robert Auld Investments, an investment advisor with over 20 years of experience in Oskaloosa and southern Iowa. I would like to assist you with your investment strategies. Call 673-9448 or toll free at 1-800-444-ALD.
Oskaloosa has to be thrilled with where they stand as they head to the bottom of the second against Mount Vernon, with the score sitting at 14-2. 8 in the first and 6 more in the second. My numbers, of course, are a little all over the place. The book looks like a bunch of ants ran over with ink all over the page, but they sent 13 to the plate in the first, 10 more to the plate in the second. And here in the bottom of the second, it's the lower third of the order to face Alexis Groot, who has a 12-run lead. That takes a lot of the pressure off of Bear as Kristen Elliott takes a ball high, 1-0. By the way, Lauren Hauser went to third base. She was the designated player. So it doesn't affect the batting order at all with the pitching change. Summer Brand will just bat in the spot for speed. So Coach Jay Harm's going to come out and chat with Groot quickly after the first 2 pitches missed for balls to Kristen Elliott. It's 14-2. I'm sure Coach Harm's just saying, if you're feeling all right, let's just throw this, throw some good fastballs, get a little bit of work in on the corners, but try to keep it in the strike zone. The defense go to work here. Conversation continues, and now ready to go. Groot, the right-hander, a senior who has been a staple of Oskaloosa softball since her 8th grade year when she was third-team All-State. If she's able to stay healthy this year, she could be a 5-time All-Stater. Not an easy thing to do. This one in there for a strike, 2-1 to Kristen Elliott. Elliott this season, 6 for 16 at the plate coming into today's action. 375 the average, to 524 on base percentage. 4 walks drawn with no strikeouts. This one slips out of the hand all the way to the backstop, and it's 3-1. 14-2 Oskaloosa, the lead. Again, Groot had a long wait in that dugout. Got to wait in the shade, but still, I can mess with your psyche a little bit as a pitcher. Can't quite get in a rhythm. That pitch up high, and a 5-pitch walk to Elliott to start the inning. Second walk issued in the ball game for Groot. Bottom of the second inning with Elliott at first, and Noel Ossenkop is the batter. First pitch to her is fouled straight back, 0-1. Oskaloosa's defense, I think, a little bit anxious to be out there and field some balls. You're not going to see a couple of longer half innings offensively than we saw in those first 2 innings here as they put 14 on the board against the 11th ranked team in the state in Class 3A as Ossenkop fouls this straight back, 0-2. Infield at their normal playing position. There's quite a bit of room up the middle as there usually is. The runner on the first. The 0-2. That's up high. 1-2. Elliott over at first base kind of has an odd lead approach. She gets in the position, goes down to a knee, and basically, as Groot wants a different softball. But it appears that Elliott goes down to a knee over on first base. Again, she goes down to a knee. And then as the pitch gets ready to deliver, she kind of slowly pops up. 2-1-2, fouled out of play toward field number 2. Elliott on the season, if you're wondering, has not attempted a stolen base. Their team down by 12. Doesn't make much sense to go after any stolen bases right now. Don't want to get caught out on the base paths. Oh, look at that changeup. He doesn't get the call. Maybe took McDonough behind the plate. Also got caught off guard. Looked like it rolled in a pretty good spot. Ossenkop takes it, and it ends up being ball 2. 2-2 the count. Elliott on first, nobody out. And the 2-2. That ball popped up, shallow left field. Hands back, makes the catch on the outfield grass for out number 1 of the inning. That brings up number 9 batter, Sydney Hauser. The third Hauser we see in the order, a junior. She comes in batting .471 with a .526 on base percentage. 6 RBIs. Also 4 for 4 in steals when she's reached base. The lefty. That pitch just misses low, 1-0. Oskaloosa 8 runs in the first, 6 in the second. 2 runs in the first for Mount Vernon. They're in the bottom of the second, runner on first, 1 out. 1-0 count to the number 9 hitter. Fouled straight back off the screen, and it's 1-1. Game started at 4:39. We're knocking on almost an hour long, and we're not out of the second inning. That's the kind of length these half innings have had, especially Oskaloosa's 2. The 1-1 on the way. That's in there for a called strike, and it's 1-2. You always wonder if the hour and a half long game time on these games that kind of wrap up the day. There is supposed to be a freshman game on this field after this at 6 p.m. As Groot delivers, that one's a little flare out in the left. It'll drop in front of the left fielder, Ashley Kinley. She does well to keep it in front of her, but a single for Hauser, and she's on at first with Elliott on at second. Libby Ryan, the leadoff batter, dangerous leadoff batter, is on now. Up to the plate, hit a solo home run over the left center field wall, first time up. The changeup comes in for a called strike. The first one, although it looked like it came across in a good spot, was called a ball, I'm guessing, for being too low. Well, this one was a little bit higher, and Ryan, I think, thought a little too high, but it gets the strike call anyways, and it's 0-1. Comes back with another one. Ground ball. Welch fields it over to third base. 5 unassisted on the fielder's choice. Nicely done. And the thing with Libby Ryan and her speed on the base paths, she's not likely to steal second when somebody's already there. It would take a double steal to do that. And in this juncture of the game, probably not likely. Hauser does go to second base as Elliott is erased, 5 unassisted for the second out of the inning. Sammy Moss is the batter, a left-handed catcher. Drew a walk on a full count pitch and scored a run. First pitch, a strike to her, 0-1. 2 outs in the inning and an 0-1 count, 14-2. Oskaloosa the lead here in the bottom half of the second inning. Appreciate you joining us. Been with you all day long. The 0-1. Another changeup popped up on the infield. Welch calls for it. It's got it, and that'll retire the side. Good changeups from Alexis Groot. Gets her out of the inning despite a couple of base runners. And after 2 innings of play, Oskaloosa rolling, leading Mount Vernon 14-2 going to the third here on the No Coast Network.
Providing high-quality professional eye care with a truly caring staff is what Oskaloosa Vision Center has been doing for more than 30 years. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we can provide comprehensive eye exams, prescription glasses, and contact lenses, as well as medical care like eye infection and disease treatment, emergency eye care, and pre- and post-operative aid. Newborn to adult, we have the experience to meet all your eye care needs. Oskaloosa Vision Center. Come see us today.
At Community First Credit Union, we've created a new look because we want you to take a closer look at us. See First can help you move forward with the technology you need to bank anywhere, anytime, and a team of experienced professionals dedicated to your success. Try us. Join us. Because at See First, together is better.
14-2 is the score. If this score were to hold up going into the bottom of the third, Oskaloosa would be in good shape to get another 3-inning run rule victory. But first things first, they're going to bat here in the third inning, looking for some more. 13 to the plate in the first, 10 to the plate in the second. And now here as we go to the third, it's the third time through for Taylor Wills, Megan Mormon, and Devin Welch, the 3 due-up hitters. We'll see if those are the players that bat. Oskaloosa won their first game today by a score of 13-0 over Cardinal in 3 innings, run rule style. They played a 6-inning game that hit the time limit against West Burlington Notre Dame. Won that one 6-1. And here leading 14-2, looking for the clean sweep. A 3-win day following a 2-loss day yesterday against Dallas Center Grimes, in which they really just wanted to forget about that game, both of those games, and move on. First pitch, misses for a ball to Taylor Wills. The 1-0 pitch to Wills on the way. Bounces in there, it's 2-0. Wills 2 for 2 in this game. If you missed it, the West Burlington Notre Dame game early on, she was playing third base, had to leave the game after she was hit in the throwing hand with a line drive. She's batting as the designated player in this ball game. It's doubled, singled, RBI, and scored 2 runs. One hopper right back to the pitcher. Brand makes a nice play on it. And it gets the out at first. 1 away. Remember, this is not a bad team that Mount Vernon is fielding out there. This, obviously, the one big question mark is if the pitching is going to be able to hold up, but the offense is there, the speed is there, defense is there. One of the best fielding teams in the first 2 weeks of the season, at least in terms of fielding percentage, almost at .950, which is unheard of. Less than an error per game, which you don't really see at this level. They have committed 1 error in this game, as a foul ball by Megan Mormon, 0-1. Mormon is 1 for 1, singled, and then was hit by a pitch, scored a run as well. Or Emily Richmond scored a run running for her, I should say. So that misses, 1-1. 1 out, nobody on here. Top of the third inning, Oski leading 14-2. This is the 11th ranked team in the state. They were 8-0 coming into today's action, but unless they come back from 12 runs down, they're going to end this day 0-3. As Mormon chops this one foul just past the outstretched arm of Jay Harms down there by the third base dugout. Smiles back to the dugout, who probably gave him some hoots and hollers after going after that chopper. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, base is empty. Number 7 hitter Megan Mormon. Summer Brand coming on, third pitcher Mount Vernon's used in this ball game. The 1-2 is behind her, kind of slipped out of the hand, and it is 2-2. Long look in here from Brand. She'll set and fire. Ground ball over to third. Nice play by Lauren Hauser across the diamond in time. Lauren Hauser started as the DP, but as pitching changes were made, defensive adjustments were also made. And Lauren Hauser's first opportunity to make a play down the hot corner makes a nice one for the out. 2 outs. And that brings up Devin Welch. 2 outs and the base is empty for Welch, who is 1 for 2 in the game. Had an RBI single and scored a run back in that first inning. 14-2 Indians lead it This ball, a rope out in the left field for a base hit. Hugging the line was the left fielder Bailey Hauser. She'll get it back in quickly to hold Welch to just a single. It's good to see her continue to swing the bat well. And that'll bring up number 9 hitter Chloe Bossert. Bossert does not have a hit in the game. Reached on a fielder's choice, scored a run in the first. And then, in the second inning, had a bases loaded walk. Got a run batted in and also scored a run later that inning. First pitch to the lefty is outside, 1-0. With Oskaloosa dealing with the injuries they've dealt with all season long, with them dealing with the 2 tough losses, including losing Alexis Westerkamp for an extended period of time, potentially the entire season, it's good to get back out here and get some big wins. Large on the scoreboard and good confidence boosters as it's 2-0 to Bossard. You couldn't complain if you're Coach Jay Harms, bouncing back after the tough day yesterday. Called strike here to Bossard on the outside corner with a little off speed from Summer Brand. Brand, a freshman, Maddie Speed and Amanda Rowe, 2 sophomores, all getting some action in this ball game. Brand bouncing back after throwing the complete game against Eddyville Blakesburg Fremont before this. The 2-1 on the way. That's just off the outside corner. Good frame attempt by Sammy Moss behind the plate. To no avail. 3-1. 2 outs, runner on first is Devin Welch. Top of the third inning, Oski leading 14-2. The 3-1. And this is a ground ball. Brand on one hop over to first in time, and that will retire the side. Oski goes quietly here in the third, and they'll look to shut the door. They lead it by 12 as they head to the bottom of the third inning on the No Coast Network.
The student community at William Penn made an impression on me. It's a real statement that you can come here and be part of something real.
You have the opportunity to participate in activities.
The coaches are awesome. It's easy to play for coaches that care about you.
The real experiences at Penn have helped shape who I'm going to be when I graduate. I work harder because I want to be part of the conversation in class.
I am a leader.
I am a trailblazer.
I'm proud to be a statesman.
Experience the Bruxforts difference. We aim to provide you with the best value and better service than can be found anywhere else. After 36 years, we're still as committed to our customers and our community as the day we first opened our doors. Please stop in and give us a chance to prove how important our customers are to us.
(14-2) Oskaloosa the lead as we head to the bottom of the third. If you recall, the current situation of the mercy rule will come in effect this inning if Oskaloosa can maintain their 12-run lead. They lead at 14-2 as we head to the bottom of this third inning. Should Mount Vernon scratch across at least a run, we will play at least another one. Again, the biggest question mark is whether or not, if we continue to play past this inning, if the time limit rule would be in effect, which we've already passed the hour mark. And game time is regulated to an hour and a half in this classic, even though this is the last varsity game of the day. First pitch is a strike to the number 3 hitter Bailey Sullivan, who doubled in a run in the first. 0-1 the count. Alexis Groot looking to settle in and finish the job. This off speed comes in low, 1-1. Those off speed pitches really got her out of trouble in the second. The big rolling changeups. Outfield is deep. Infield at normal depth and in their normal position, straight up. That pitch up high and the count 2-1. For Groot, it's nice to bounce back and get a couple of wins in the book after really struggling last night against Dallas Center Grimes. The 2-1 on the way. This is popped up right side and out of play. And it's 2-2 to Bailey Sullivan. We'll see who comes to bat for Mount Vernon here in the second spot. It looks like Maddie Speed is going to get the re-entry, and she'll bat. She's in the on-deck circle. Is that just barely getting a piece of the changeup that time was Bailey Sullivan, and it's 2-2. That changeup's the out pitch. She knows it. Groot knows it. The batter knows it, and Sullivan did a good job fighting it off. 2-2 the count. Nobody on, nobody out, leading off the bottom of the third. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is the second strikeout recorded by Groot in the ball game, and the first out. And it indeed is Maddie Speed. Speed was listed as the cleanup hitter and the pitcher to start this game, but she was lifted as the pitcher in the top of the first after getting knocked around by Indian hitters. And Amanda Rowe came on in relief, hit for her, and struck out swinging first time up. First pitch misses here, ball one, or rather, a strike. On the numbers on the year for Speed, 500 the average, 556 the on base, 5 on base, or 5 runs batted in. The count 0-2 to Speed. And out, nobody on base. Husky leading by 12. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Third strikeout. And with 2 outs and nobody on, it's up to Lauren Hauser to keep this game going. Hauser started as the DP, now she's playing third base. And she flew out to center to Josie Bonnell. First time up, back in the first inning. Now, if you're Mount Vernon, this is going to be a day that you're going to want to try to shake off immediately going into next week. First pitch, a line drive out in a right center field, or right field line, and it's fair. Rounding first is Hauser. The throw going to get back to the infield and hold Hauser to a double. And Lauren Hauser indeed keeps the game going with the double down the right field line, and that'll bring up Bailey Hauser. The elder Hauser, 0 for 1, popped up to Aubrey Miller at second base. Once again, it looks as though the runner out there takes a knee, get off to a nice low start. First pitch, a changeup bounces in for a ball, 1-0. Having been here since about 8 o'clock for these teams, especially Oskaloosa has been here since about 8 o'clock this morning. It is a long day, knocking on 10 hours. As this line drive off the glove of Groot, fielded by Miller. She goes to first in time. What a play to finish the game. 1-4-3. And that is all she wrote. Final score in 3 innings via run rule. Oskaloosa 14 and Mount Vernon 2. We'll take a break, come back with your final totals as Oski gets the 3-0 day right here on the No Coast Network.
Our roots are here in the middle of America, where humble beginnings can grow into great opportunities, where hard work and high standards are the key ingredients to success, where honesty and integrity matter. We're proud of our roots, proud to be a part of a community that shares our values, and grateful to our customers for giving us the opportunity to grow.
At Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, getting your prescription filled is easy. The large covered drive-thru and easy access to the front door is convenient, and the friendly staff is always ready to help you. With a variety of goods and home decor, Mahaska Drug is sure to have the perfect gift for any occasion. Have your favorite photos developed and framed at Mahaska Drug's framing counter, and cherish your memories for years to come. It's all at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, where they have been committed to a healthy community for over 20 years. Call 673-3439 or stop in today.
Dreams start early, illustrated straight from the heart. Big or small, dreams take hard work to grow into reality. To bring your dreams to life, sometimes you need a little help. So surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams and count on Bank Iowa to help you reach them. Bank Iowa, for the dreamer in all of us.
Hawkeye Real Estate is your one-stop source for everything real estate in Mahaska County and beyond. Whether commercial, residential, or land, we've got you covered with the area's largest pool of real estate professionals, full-time support staff, and property management services. With over $19 million in sales volume for 2016, Hawkeye continues to be the area's leading real estate office. Discover what thousands already know. When it's time to make a move, get the Hawkeye Edge.
At Gardner Collier Jewelry, our goal has always been to provide you with the very best jewelry for your money. From plain gold wedding bands to the most exquisite diamond ring, Gardner Collier has it. Our huge selection is sure to exceed your expectations, and our service is second to none. From sterling silver fashion jewelry to the one-of-a-kind diamond fashion piece, Gardner Collier can fill your jewelry desires. For the very best value in fine jewelry, choose Gardner Collier, Quincy Place Mall, Ottumwa, and Penn Center Mall, Oskaloosa.
Oskaloosa comes through with a big 14-2 victory. And they, of course, well, get the 3-0 day. What an important day to bounce back for head coach Jay Harms and the rest of the Oskaloosa Indians. As an unbelievable day. Plenty of great softball we saw from many great teams. And as the fields will clear out, there is a scheduled freshman game supposed to be on this particular diamond, as they'll get the field ready one more time for them. But the varsity games should be wrapping up here. Let's go ahead and get you the numbers. Final score, Oskaloosa 14, Mount Vernon 2. Oski now 9-2 on the year after the 3-0 day. Mount Vernon 0-3 today. They now drop to 8-3 overall this season. Oski 14 runs on 12 hits, no errors, 4 left on base. Mount Vernon 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error with 4 left on. Alexis Groot gets the win, and it was Maddie Speed who got the loss in the circle. Game time 1 hour and 7 minutes. Mount Vernon offensively saw Libby Ryan go 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. Sammy Moss went 0 for 1 with a run scored. Bailey Sullivan 1 for 2 with an RBI. Maddie Speed went 0 for 1. Amanda Rowe went 0 for 1. They both hit in the same spot in the order. Lauren Hauser went 1 for 2 with a double. Bailey Hauser went 0 for 2. Kristen Elliott, no official at bat, walked in her only plate appearance. Noelle Ossenkop went 0 for 1 with a pop out, and Sydney Hauser went 1 for 1 with a single. Pitching wise, it wasn't pretty for Mount Vernon in this one. All 3 of their pitchers had to be used, and they only made it through 3 games. Maddie Speed got the start, 2/3 of an inning, 7 hits, 7 runs, all 7 earned. No walks, no strikeouts, 39 pitches, 25 strikes, 14 balls. Amanda Rowe, the sophomore, came on in relief, 2/3 of an inning for her, 3 hits, 7 runs. 4 of them were earned with 2 walks and a strikeout. 40 pitches, 23 strikes, 17 balls. Summer Brand came on, threw some strikes, got out of it. The freshman went 1 1/3 innings of work. 2 hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts, 20 pitches thrown, 11 strikes and 9 balls. For Oskaloosa, my goodness, was it busy. They were able to get every part of the order. Everybody except for Chloe Bossard had a hit in the ball game. Everybody except for Megan Mormon had an RBI that started the ball game. Everybody scored a run. Every spot in the order scored a run outside of Ava Vanderwall in the number 3 spot. So that tells you what kind of offensive game it was, just despite playing just 3 innings. Josie Bunnell 2 for 2 with 3 runs scored and 2 RBIs. Maddie Haynes 1 for 1, 2 runs scored and an RBI. Ava Vanderwall 1 for 3. She had 3 RBIs. Aubrey Miller went 2 for 3 with a run scored and 3 knocked in. Ashley Kinley went 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Taylor Wills went 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Megan Mormon 1 for 2. Emily Richmond scored a run running for her. Devin Welch went 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Chloe Bossard went 0 for 2. She did score twice and had 1 batted in. 3 innings pitched for Alexis Groot as part of the victory. She did allow 4 hits, 2 runs. Both runs were earned. She just walked 1, or pardon, she walked 2. My mistake. She also had 3 strikeouts, throwing 52 pitches, 33 strikes, and 19 balls. That are the numbers for you. Oskaloosa clean sweep, 3-0 the score, or the record on the day. The first game, a 13-0 victory via run rule in 3 innings for the Indians against Cardinal. In the second game, they beat West Burlington Notre Dame by a score of 6-1 in a 6-inning game, which was shortened due to the time constraints. And then in the third game, dominated the 11th ranked team in Class 3A, Mount Vernon, by a score of 14-2 in just 3 innings via the run rule. A big day for Oskaloosa softball. We'll be back at it next week, so be sure to check out our website on both KBOE and KMZN. On the websites, that is KBOEradio.com and RadioKMZN.com. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. It's been a fun day, a hot day, but a long, fun day of great softball involving several area schools. I'd like to thank John Hurl back in the No Coast Network studios for making sure everything goes off on the radio without a hitch. Our director, Miranda Keeler, camera operators, Connor Swim, Alyssa Phillips. Thanks so much for everybody for being here and being a part of our team, helping us get this thing on the air and on the video, and it's been a fun day as well. We'll have the Indian Softball Classic as our next softball broadcast. Our next video broadcast for baseball will be this coming Friday as Oskaloosa hosts Pella for a single varsity game. That'll do it for everybody here. I'm Emery Songer signing off. Oskaloosa goes 3-0 on the day, and you heard it and watched it right here on the No Coast Network.